unfortunately, it's just extreme bad news again. It's never really any going to be good news for a long time. But unfortunately, I have to say there's 25 more deaths today in this country of the coronavirus. And obviously, we offer condolences to the family. It's extremely tragic. One or two of the cases, extremely tragic. There's 365 new cases confirmed. I will speak about Calvin one later on. There's a lot to speak about. There's a lot to talk about that. In total, you've probably found a lot of people probably are terrified of this. Because it is getting near the 10,000 mark. And we're getting there very, very quickly at the 10,000 mark. There is 6,000 cases in the Republic of Ireland alone. Which is pretty terrible. The actual number 6,704. 6,074. Sorry, it's a wrong pronunciation. So out of that, just a bit more detail. The chief medical officer said, 73 have been discharged from intensive care beds, which is great. Which means they got past the bad phase of this virus, which is great to see that people are coming out of intensive care beds. When you get into intensive care beds, it's serious, very life threatening situation. So thankfully, 53 people have been discharged and are recovering from home, which is great. Because it just goes to show you it can be better, this virus. But in Northern Ireland, it's continually it's not as bad as it was at one stage, which is it's a good way of looking at it. But sadly, there is another 5 deaths. But the numbers in effective are going down in Northern Ireland, which is always a good sign to see. Because it's not gone over 100 for a long time, which is great. The 78 cases today. Yesterday was nearly 90 something, if I remember correctly. There's 1,339 people has the coronavirus down there. But obviously it's less. There's not less stress on the health service in Northern Ireland than this in the Republic of Ireland. 6,000. Loads of people in ICU. Haven't got the exact number. I think there's 50 something in ICU at the moment of time across the country. Could be wrong. There's a lot the chief medical officer says. During all these press conferences, there's a lot to take in. A lot of figures. That's the one thing. It's very hard to remember everything. There's a lot of figures. I just want to say too, in relation to hospital, clusters in hospitals and nursing homes. As you see in the nursing homes, there's loads of nursing homes have a huge amount of clusters along with hospitals. As I mentioned about Cavan General Hospital hasn't been spared from this evil virus. Unfortunately, it has spread around the hospital into different wards from the ICU beds. Which is terrifying because there's people really in life-threatening situations who have only cases of accidents, car accidents, heart trouble, things like that, and that's a bigger worry to us at the moment of time too. I just wanted to just say that, because it's different because the coronavirus has got into wards that are for other purposes, not for the coronavirus obviously. But for car accidents, heart attacks, things like that, strokes, things like that, and they could make it worse. For the people who are there already, which is very, very concerning. Which is really, really concerning, and it's very, very concerning that it is, and we're still trying to work out how it happened and everything. But unfortunately, I will talk about in the Cavan video I will be doing. But unfortunately, I have to say this straight. A lot of nurses and doctors have, unfortunately, gotten in Cavan General Hospital because of this. Outbreak which happened the last few days, which is spread around the hospital. But I'm just going to say this to the people, anybody from in Monaghan or Cavan. I know this is the Irish, talking about the general picture in Ireland. But I'm just going to say, and I say this to everybody too across the country, unless you need to go to the hospital, an accident, emergency, or any of them, please don't go, because these hospitals are breeding grounds for this virus. This virus, obviously in ICU beds, the majority of hospitals have ICU beds and there's people being treated with the coronavirus. It is it's very, very dangerous to go into a hospital. I don't go in over a sore tongue or a sore nose or anything like that. If it's serious, go in. if it's not serious, arrange for a GP to see you or something. But don't go into the hospitals and stuff as that. Unless it's extremely serious. And all the hospitals around the country have cancelled visiting hours for the foreseeable future for now anyway. Just to say that, just FYI, because it is going to spread, at least in Cavan General Hospital, it's going to spread around, and we're doing our best to contain it. But yeah, I just wanted to take a few minutes just to say a prayer for the souls who've lost their lives today, and for the families, and for obviously for Cavan General Hospital at the moment, the doctors and nurses who are affected at the moment, and the nurses and doctors who are working around the clock. Everybody working around the clock to do their part for this country. People who work in the shops, everything like that. We'd say a prayer for them, and we pray to God to end this virus, and we pray for the best. And we remember the people who were lost, unfortunately. So if you would join me for a minute, thank you. Thank you. Just to say before I go, just I always say this, but huge respects to our nurses and doctors, across the whole country. People who bring ambulance drivers, even janitors, anybody who works in the hospital now, huge respects to you. I wish you the best of health. It is tough at the moment. For many nurses and doctors, as you know, working long hours and at the risk of getting this virus. So we salute you for your brave work, and your work and trying to save other people's lives. We admire you for that work, and thank you so much for it. So yeah, we pray, please God that please God this evil virus be gone soon. Please God will. But anyway, be safe everybody, and take care, and bye.